I want to bring in supporters for two candidates who are vying to be that conservative alternative to Mitt Romney. Bob Vander Plaats is supporting Rick Santorum. He's the president and CEO of the Family Leader and the state chairman of Iowa for Freedom. And South Carolina State Representative Peter McCoy is supporting Newt Gingrich. He is the chairman of the Gingrich Lowcountry campaign in South Carolina. Peter McCoy, the action's moving to your state. What case do you think Newt Gingrich should be making to become that candidate that conservatives consolidate around?
Lawrence, thank you for having me on the show tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. I knocked on 7,000 doors for my election when I ran in Charleston. The main concern that we're looking at right here in South Carolina right now is unemployment. Our unemployment rate is at 10%. You look at Iowa, you look at New Hampshire, their unemployment rates are at 5%. Jobs, and more jobs are the key concern, or what the people are talking about here in South Carolina. And I believe Speaker Gingrich has a proven record when he was Speaker of the House in creating the environment for companies to build jobs, and he created 11 million jobs while he was Speaker of the House.
All right, let's see what Newt Gingrich is talking about in South Carolina in his television advertising. Here's what he's saying about Mitt Romney and abortion.
What happened after Massachusetts moderate Mitt Romney changed his position from pro-abortion to pro-life? He governed pro-abortion. Romney appointed a pro-abortion judge, expanded access to abortion pills, put Planned Parenthood on a state medical board, but failed to put a pro-life group on the same board. And Romney signed government-mandated health care with taxpayer-funded abortion. Massachusetts moderate Mitt Romney. He can't be trusted.
I'm Newt Gingrich, and I approve this message.
Bob Vander Plaats, why hasn't Rick Santorum been able to consolidate conservatives around him? He's been very clear on all of his positions. It seems to me of the candidates still standing, he's been the most consistent over the years on all of the positions that this group seems to care about.
Well, he did, and he did in Iowa. Matter of fact, we've seen this for several months in Iowa, that the conservatives, the pro-family conservatives, were basically fragmenting their support. And as long as we did that, we would elevate Mitt Romney to the nomination. And that's why I went out 2 weeks before the Iowa caucuses and endorsed Rick Santorum. You saw a coalescing. It was kind of a perfect storm. It was a coalescing around Rick Santorum. And, basically it came out a split decision between Rick Santorum and Mitt Romney. I believe right now, heading into South Carolina, the numbers prove it, the conservatives are still fragmented. If Speaker Gingrich, who's a good friend of mine, I like him a lot, if he really wants to beat Mitt Romney, I believe he needs to consolidate his support into Rick Santorum. I think Rick Perry needs to go back and be the best governor of the country, the governor of Texas. But we need an alternative to Mitt Romney to go one-on-one. Romney doesn't want a one-on-one, and I think Santorum could be that person.
Bob, I'm going to just go in reverse order here quickly on this question. If Mitt Romney emerges as an unstoppable front runner, will you be able to support him, and what kind of support do you think he will get from your allies in Iowa?
Well, I think what it is that our allies, and myself included, we're very concerned about defeating Barack Obama. We would definitely go in and vote against Barack Obama. But Mitt Romney needs to come to our base, and he needs to rebuild that trust gap that Tony talked about, so that not only do we go and vote against Barack Obama, but that we're willing to work, knock on doors, make calls, and put an all-out effort to vote for a Mitt Romney. But right now we're in a primary, and our goal in a primary is to find that alternative. That's why I think we need to do a coalescing around Rick Santorum right now.
Peter McCoy, how much do you worry that the damage that is being visited upon Mitt Romney right now could just be something that is harmful to the eventual nominee of your party?
I'm not concerned about it at all, and we have a lot of great candidates that are in this race right now. A lot of things do come out in a primary situation that need to be discussed, and there are issues with every candidate, and I'm not concerned about it. I think that whoever wins the nomination here, and I firmly believe that Newt will come into South Carolina and win here, but whoever does win, all Republicans need to gather around that opponent, because Bob and Tony are exactly right. What we're concentrating on here in South Carolina is making Barack Obama a one-term president.
Tony Perkins, quickly before we go, it sounds to me what you're saying is Mitt Romney can say the right things to you that can get you to be a real supporter of his.
I think he's got to prove that these positions that
How
he
do you
had.
prove it?
Well, it's going to be difficult because he's not been talking about it. But I think as we move through this process, I agree with Bob. I think this is far from settled. South Carolina will tell us a lot, but there are many of us out there that want to see a true conservative who has been tested as a conservative emerge as the nominee. After South Carolina, after Super Tuesday, then we'll see if we have to come back and talk to Mitt Romney as to what it's going to take to get social conservative support.
Tony Perkins of the Family Research Council, Bob Vander Plaats, who supports Rick Santorum, and Peter McCoy, who's supporting Newt Gingrich in South Carolina. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight.